All right, here we are in the darkroom. In here is a photographic paper that I shot my picture on. These papers are not sensitive to red light. That's why we can do this under the light right now. So in here, that's the picture that I took. You can't see it yet because the silver salt hasn't developed into silver yet. That's what we do with the first chemical with the developer. So now we are turning those parts that had a lot of light coming onto them. We turn these basically black by pouring developer on it. And that's what I'm doing here. And I made enough developer for this paper to get all soaked into the developer. It's 50 milliliters of developer. And now you can see that the parts that had a lot of light, the white wall behind me, for instance, starts to turn black, which is not what we saw when we took the picture, right? So that's the negative part of the picture. We take a negative picture. Everything, and I'm not sure if that had enough light. It might have actually been not enough light, but okay, we'll try anyway. So this is supposed to take 6 minutes, and we'll give it these 6 minutes, and we keep it moving a little bit so that the developer keeps moving over the picture. But yeah, so you can already see my head, my beard that is darker than my skin is white, whereas my skin that is brighter is black. So this is the negative picture. That's the process that you do with film as well. That's why it's called a negative. Everything that should be white is black. Everything that should be black is white. So what happened is, wherever there's a lot of light on the paper, or has been a lot of light when I took the picture on the paper, that now has a chemical reaction where the silver salt on the paper that we couldn't see it, that was white, now reacted into silver, and silver is dark on the paper. Okay, cool. So we're developing this. We want a really dark negative. That's what I know from back in the day. So we'll give it a couple of minutes now. All right, so this is our negative picture. It's very dark, so maybe I didn't have enough light, but yeah, here we are. That's our negative picture. Now I wash this with water to stop development. Now that we have washed the negative, and I can actually turn it around. It's the right way around at least. All right, so we've washed away the negative, and now we are going to use bleach. In this step we are bleaching it for a minute, and that means we are removing the silver that made it dark without touching the silver salts that haven't been exposed to light, that are right now white. So we are filling this with bleach. Ugh. Okay, that's this is a dark chemical, god damn it. And we keep it moving, and we should be seeing it basically just bleaching out to almost white. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do that for a minute. I warmed it up, so hopefully this time it's actually faster than the really slow bleaching I did last time. It took like over 5 minutes. Hopefully this will take like a minute. We will see. Keep the chemicals moving so it can bleach properly. Yeah, that removes pretty much all the developed silver. That actually worked really well and really quickly, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so there's that. All right, now the bleach shall go back into its little flask. And the bleach is fucking scary because it's so aggressive, and it smells like hell. There we go, out goes the bleach. And now I need to wash this again thoroughly, which I happily will. But I also can take on the light, or turn on the light now, because, so here I have some water. I will pour over it just to give it like a quick first round of washing, and then I'll bring it over to the sink. But first I'll turn on the light. It's depressing to be in this dark light. All right, here we go. You can still see a little bit, and actually now it looks a lot more positive, but we're not done here yet. So here we are now washing the photo. You can see this looks already like mostly like a positive image, right? So we have the dark parts that are actually dark in the image, and then we have the light parts are now light. It's not fully developed yet, and it has this like weird yellow stain. That's from the bleaching chemicals. So we are making sure that we are washing away all the bleach. Also very, unfortunately, very aggressive chemical. And then afterwards we put it in the developer again. And then hopefully the dark parts will turn properly dark and the bright parts will properly turn bright. But before we do that, we have to do a clearing step to get rid of this yellow taint. Which we will. So this is 5 minutes of cleaning. I will cut that short for you. You don't have to watch the entire 5 minutes. So this is it after washing. So you can see that it's probably going to actually turn out a pretty nice picture. I'm not gonna lie. And what we have to do now is get rid of the yellow brownish stain from the bleach. And to do so, we have another chemical, which is called clearing bath. I'm not 100% sure what this is. I have a feeling this might be potassium metasulfide or bisulfide, or it might be sodium metabisulfide or sodium sulfide. As you can see, this lovely chemical is great in reducing this yellow stain. Conveniently, this can be reused. So this is the clearing bath. Clears quite nicely and quite quickly, I would say. That's really nice to see how well that worked. But now obviously we're seeing nothing. The paper is completely blank again. Oh my god, have we destroyed everything? No, we haven't. We are using this light to also expose the silver salt crystals on the... okay, that was not as smart and smooth as I wanted it to be, but you know, fair enough. Fair game, at least. Most of it is back in the bottle, so that's nice. So what we have to do now is we have to get the developer back onto it again for the remaining silver salts that have now been exposed to light here at the bright lights that we have used. And actually I might give it a bit of extra exposure because this has been quite the low exposure here. A little bit of extra exposure. There we go, so I put it closer to the light so it got a little more light. Now we're using the developer from the very first step to hopefully turn the remaining silver salts into silver and darkening. There we go. Oops, there we go. There we go. So here we have it. Keeping the chemicals moving a little bit. A bunch of remains. Well, it was a very bright flash, okay? So that's why my face looks the way it looks, but hey. So there we go. That's the one, and that's a positive picture. That's everything that is dark, everything that is bright. That's how you do this chemical reversal process, which I did. That is amazing. So now